After an hour learning, the class ends with another song. Richard says he will further the work of translating Trinh Công songs and teaching more students for the rest of his life.
And like that, you'll be able to improve pronunciation.
Translating songs into English, it's actually a very good way to encourage people to learn how to speak English. I mean, it's more of a fun way of doing it. And, you know, I'm just wondering if you're going to continue translating these difficult songs that Trinh Công has into English to kind of encourage that type of that training and education.
Actually, I hadn't thought of it for education, translating new ones.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I'd like to do because of the philosophy he has, which to me is a cross between Buddhism and nihilism, are songs like Các Bụi and Một Cõi Đi Về, those two. And because of its intensity and beauty, Bien Nhớ, which I haven't really finished in Vietnamese yet. I'm going to try it later.
Working on it, though.
But yeah, because of the way it's composed and the images, what he does with it, it's a tour de force. It's an incredible piece about, everybody misses their girlfriend going away, but geez, the way he puts it, you know, the mountains, the sea, the sand, everything's going to miss you. Yeah. You know, and it's again, the imagery of it. I'd like to go out to Queen Young, where it was written, and jokingly, I was interviewed by Thanh Niên earlier, and I half-jokingly said, I want to find that mountain that's leaning, you know, Đồi núi nghiêng. And I wondered, is there a leaning mountain? There is one near Da Nang, I remember. So maybe there's some in Queen Young.
Now, after all this experience and all these things that you've done with Trinh Công songs, are you going to kind of compile it onto the CD? Do you plan on doing anything of that sort?
It's just an idea. There is a place on my website where I recorded them at home, 3 of them. And the website, I think, will be shown in the subtitles for this. On there are the lyrics in both languages for 3 of them, and the 3 of the songs themselves that you can download and then hear them in English. So that's where it's at now, and I'm hoping somebody somewhere will hear them and say, yeah, let's do something with that.
Let's do something with this.
So that's where it's at now.
Well, it seems like you're still working on a lot, so does it look like you'll be staying in Vietnam for much longer?
I'd like to. I'd like to stay the rest of my life if they would let me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That wonderful family
and keep
here.
on working. Keep on working on what you're doing. Well, it would be an absolute shame if we were not to have you perform again for us before the show ends. So before I let Richard say goodbye for us here at Talk Vietnam, if you're more interested in his website, it's www.cycling-vietnam.com/songs.html. You can go to that website, check out his lyrics and his songs and the translated words. So, well, Richard, I think we're going to have you take us out with another one of your songs. And if you'd like to introduce your accompanist, who you have helping you out with the guitar and harmonica, please go ahead and do so.
Thank you. I'd absolutely love it. Be honored. I'd like to introduce my friend and accompanist, Mr. Taven, who does to me, the most beautiful renditions, instrumental renditions of Trinh Công songs. And so I've asked him to play. Bien nhớ tên em gọi về chiều
vừa bước sân thế. Ngày mai em đi cồn đá reo tăm rừng buồn, đèn phố em lướt vui hơn, nghe ngoài trời gian mây buồn. Ngày mai em đi biển có bâng khuâng cõi thăm, ngày mưa tháng nắng còn buồn, bàn tay nghe ngóng tin sang. Ngày mai em đi thành phố má đêm đèn vàng, bóng qua ngập ngừng, nghe trời gió mà thương. Ngày mai em đi thành phố má đêm đèn vàng, như bóng xuân qua ngập ngừng, nghe trời gió lòng mà thương.
I'd like to introduce a song that was a vision that Trinh had back in the 1960s when the war was raging, called The Great Circle of Vietnam. And 2 years ago, with the help of a number of people, I was able to translate it. So I'd like to do it first in English, and then we'll do it together in Vietnamese. The Great Circle of Vietnam. From jungled hills to the distant sea, we form a giant circle to unite our country. From far and wide we now return, with joy like a sandstorm to the far horizons. Let's now join hands, a great circle of Vietnam. Flags in the wind, happy nights and days, of one blood our hearts ablaze, reconciled a new day. Hamlet town now joined as one, remember the dead as we bask in the sun, and one by one we spread our smiles. From north to south we all join hands, from fields long abandoned to mountainous lands. We'll ford deep streams, climb over hills, from hamlets to the cities we embrace with glee. An eternal circle, dead and living, one are we. Xin núi giang tai nỗi lại biển xa, ta đi bồng ta lớn mãi.